You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, get out. Because it matters.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Alright guys, I'm here with Feral Instincts and we're going to talk about teamwork in video games. And I know many of you may not think that's something you should be doing or something that's irrelevant to your enjoyment of a game, but it's actually a huge factor into why at least I play games. And it's a big factor as to why I don't even play console games online anymore.
That is a big point. I mean, it's like the emphasis of teamwork just seems to be lost in gaming lately. Like, you have games like it's not taken as a slight against Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is a big factor in this because a lot of people play games like Call of Duty and then they'll make the transition to Battlefield 3 and they look at it like, what's teamwork, bro? Like, really? The Battlefield is designed as a team-based game. It requires teamwork in order to play efficiently.
And this is why games, in my opinion, like MAG on the PlayStation 3 failed. MAG was a decent game. It would have been a lot better if it was on the PC. Why? Because, in my opinion, the console community just cannot handle a game like that. Everybody wants to be a hero. Everybody wants to run and gun. I equivalent to Carmelo Anthony, a black hole. No kind of teamwork whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, it even is a problem in Battlefield 3 right now. Like, you have individuals who will play the game and say, for instance, they go a medic and then they think it's a really cool idea to use the grenade launcher instead of the medikit. That ultimately defeats the purpose of even playing as a medic to begin with. So what's the point? If you want to blow stuff up, go the engineer. It's designed for it. So why would you use a grenade launcher on a medic? It's pointless. It's irrelevant.
And yeah, I'm not trying to hide behind anything, so yeah, we're talking about you, Hard 8, no hard feelings or anything, but yeah, he's right. Clearly, the grenade launcher is inferior to a rocket launcher in the game. There's really no reason to use it. When you asked why do they give you the option to switch to things like that and things of the sort, they give that to you because if you play Team Deathmatch, there's really no point. You're just running and gunning. It's there to appeal to the revs of the world. And when you say, yeah, I buy the game, I paid my money, I can play it however I want to, yeah, you're entitled to it, but then again, you go to a basketball court, you can play however the hell you want out of there, but people aren't really going to like that when you're on their team.
Exactly. I mean, like, I was hearing out Hard 8 on what he said earlier, and, you know, he does make a valid point about his enjoyment factor, about he wants to play it how he does so he can get the most enjoyment out of the game. That's fair enough, but Battlefield is a team-based game. There is no I in team. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the point in playing as a medic if you are not going to fully fulfill the duties of a medic to begin with? It's pointless. If you want to do that, go play a game that doesn't require teamwork, like Call of Duty, for instance. I'm not saying that as a knock against him. He's a cool dude as far as I'm concerned, but it's pointless. You know what I mean? You're essentially failing your team. Like, if you have a squad of 4 people, like, he'll say, yeah, but the team has like 32 other players on it. They can all dish out medikits if they're medics. That may be so, but if you're in a squad of 4 people and you have 1 medic on there and that person's using a grenade launcher, then what's the point? Because those people on your squad are the people that you have to depend on the most, not the rest of the team.
Another problem is you have way too many selfish players. People that want to do things their way to benefit themselves rather than to benefit the team. That is the problem I have with playing on consoles. Me and Hump were playing Killzone 3. Nobody wanted to do objectives. Nobody wanted to do anything. Everybody wanted to do their own thing and not contribute to the overall team. Another thing is, for anybody that plays this game, console, PC, whatever, if you're playing a medic and you're in a squad, you should not be up front. You should be the man in the back. Your job is to heal and to revive. Your job is not to be the dude at point going into battle first. You let your other 3 people go in and you are behind. You are the guy that is assisting. You are the guy that's spotting. You are the guy that's looking out for everybody else. Your primary job is to keep other people alive, not to go in there like Rambo.
Exactly. It's like, think of it like a real war situation. What would they do? They would not send the medics in first, because the medics are the most essential part of any squad or, team in a real war situation. You don't throw them out there with friggin' big massive guns and expect them to be the first ones to go in head first. They're the guys that hang back and heal everyone if they need it. Like, if someone gets shot, they better patch up that wound. They only draw their weapon if they absolutely have to. Otherwise, you need to stay back and look out for the rest of your team.
And we're not saying if you're a medic you can't shoot your gun. You can shoot your gun, that's all cool, but like, your job, you pick the medic class because that's your job, to revive people, to heal people. Now, some people may say, why do I need a medkit when I can just revive people? Because reviving people takes time. Getting people off the ground takes time. That requires you to put your weapon down, use another item, use shock paddles, them to get up. That takes time. When a med kit is down, 2, 3, 4, however many people around it can be getting healed at the same time, making it harder for enemies to drop you. Now, the reason why it's the hardest to kill a medic at any class in the game is when you're fighting a medic, the medic 9 times out of 10 is always going to be at 100% health because he's healed. That's why he has the advantage in combat.
Exactly, and that brings up another point as to what happens when you come across a well-organized squad, because there's a very strong chance, if not almost a certainty, that that squad will have a medic with them, and they are always dropping medikits for them whenever they need it. So that squad is always sticking together. They're at 100% health. So if you run in there like a bunch of crazy people trying to attack a well-organized squad, you're going to go down, because these guys are organized. They know what they're doing. They're pretty much assigned to their roles and fulfilling it the way they're supposed to. Like, as a medic, you throw down those medikits, you revive people if they need it. If someone is a support class, they'll be throwing down ammo. Engineers, they'll be using the rocket launchers to take out any incoming vehicles or tanks, or throwing down anti-tank mines to stop any people from coming in and taking over bases. That is their role.
It's like this: if you cloned me and Farrell 2 times each, and it was 2 of me and 2 of him versus 2 of me and 2 of him, equal opponents on both sides with the same everything, same skill sets and everything, who's gonna win? The people with more health are going to win. It's really not that hard. In fact, it's just that easy. Thinking that everybody is on the same skill set, the people that are better organized with better health and more advantages are going to win.
It's just that easy. And
Now,
that's pretty much how I feel about it as well.
Now, you're always going to have guys that are going to play like the Call of Duty style. You're going to have guys that are like Rev. No offense to Rev, but he's going to want to shoot people. He's not going to want to play like a team. But in that case, Rev wouldn't be running around as a medic, would he? Rev would most likely be playing an engineer or a support class, something that he doesn't have to worry about, healing people, reviving people. And that's what's good about the game. If you don't want to be a medic, you don't have to play like a medic. If you want to play like Rambo, they have classes that have LMGs, extended clips, bipods, or whatever, that let you play like Rambo. The whole point is, if you're going to play like a medic, you're going to play like recon, you're going to play like an engineer or support, play your role. There's a role for a reason, but you got to play your role. You can't have a center in basketball running the point. Dwight Howard's not running the point. It just doesn't go like that.
Exactly. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to be a run and gun type of gamer who come from Call of Duty and wants to experience Battlefield, that's all well and good. But until you get a grasp on how games like Battlefield are played, stay away from objective-based modes. Stick to team deathmatch, get a good emphasis on how the game is played and how you can support your team and ultimately win by doing things like that. Then move to objective-based game modes. If you can't do that, stick to the likes of team deathmatch, because objective-based modes like Rush and Conquest are simply not for you, and you will ultimately end up failing the rest of the players on your team because of the bad decisions that you're making.
And this goes to another point where when you play these team games, I know a lot of people are talking about they should have age restrictions like 18 and up and 21 and up. To me, they should have ratings. Like, at the end of the game, your squad should be able to rate you. And if you don't have like enough rating or anything or whatever, like, people shouldn't want to play with you. Because I know a lot of times when I go in with like my friends or YouTube people or the Skype people, it's all said and good. But when I play with random people, I end up in a squad with 3 snipers around the whole map, and I can't get anywhere. and I'm just stuck regardless. And like I said, and like Pharaoh said, you can run and you can gun. You can be a what is it called? A support class with a heavy weapon, extended mag, whatever. You can do that. That's what you're doing. You're playing your role. But the problem is people trying to play outside of their role. And this really goes for everything like gaming in general. This is why I don't like to play console gaming. It happens a lot on PC too. The PC gaming community and the console gaming community, they're both bad. They both don't understand anything. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to stupidity, they're both stupid. It's just that console gamers are more stupid.
Black Bond, for example. Black Bond is your daddy. It's that easy.